I'm Katharine Manning, author of The Empathetic Workplace: 5 Steps to a Compassionate, Calm, and Confident Response to Trauma on the Job. I'm also a lawyer who's worked on issues of trauma and victimization for more than 25 years. One of the things I know is that the ways we show up for one another during hard times has a lasting effect on individual healing, on trust between people, and ultimately on organizational success. My mission is to help people get better at supporting each other when it matters most.
My goal here is not to turn people into therapists. We don't want you as a manager or a coworker to become your colleague's therapist. I really think of these as the CPR skills. You are the one who is there at the scene, you see the problem, you provide some immediate support, and then you get them on to the experts. That's what we're aiming for. So that's what trauma is, and it's certainly all around us here in the 2020s. But here's the thing. It always has been. We've always worked with people who are experiencing bias and harassment and discrimination. We've always worked with people who are facing alcoholism and addiction or mental or physical illness. We've always worked with survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence. We might not know about it. It might not be as noisy as a gunman in the lobby or a global pandemic. But it's there. If you remember nothing else from this time that you are spending with me, I hope you remember this. If you work with people, you're working with people in trauma. Psychological safety is the concept that within this environment, I feel safe to say that I don't know the answer, or that I made a mistake, or that I'm having a hard time right now. Everything from creativity, productivity, inclusion, ethical behavior, communication, everything. Teams with psychological safety outperform teams that don't have it. And the other thing is that the fastest way to build psychological safety is to support each other through hard times. There is something very different between saying, on the one hand, we have phenomenal mental health resources here at our company. They're free, they're confidential, and I hope you will make use of them if you need them. That is very different from saying, we have phenomenal mental health resources at our company. They're free, they're confidential, and they really helped me when I needed it. I hope you reach out if you need them. When we do that second statement, when we model that we ourselves are taking care of our mental health, we make it okay for everybody else to do it. And let's be clear, this is true regardless of your job title. You don't have to be the director of or the vice president of or any of that. Anybody who practices this noisy self-care is making it okay for other people to do it as well. We've been through quite a lot in the last few years. And we are not the same as we were before. But I hope that we are able to take this experience, this time that we've been through, and use it to create a new world where we are better at supporting one another. I really think the only way to get through this is together. So I want to thank you for spending this time thinking about these issues. Thank you for everything you're doing to take care of each other. Thank you.
I'm Megan Biggins. I am the head of public services for a mid-sized urban library. I really am glad I stepped into this session. I work in a space where trauma is sort of baked into our everyday, not only in our experiences, but also in the pain of the people we serve. So one more tool, two more tools, three more tools, even just language about how to talk about it is incredibly helpful and incredibly impactful for the day-to-day of the people I support.
Mental health is the biggest issue we have after the COVID crisis. It's very important for us to better understand how to handle this thing. And today I'm living with a better understanding how we can acknowledge, support, and create trust in the workplace environment.
What I enjoyed most today about Kate's talk was the idea of having the conversation in the workplace. It is sort of the elephant in the room that we keep work and personal separate. And so the idea that we discuss something personal first before we dive into the work. We're all qualified to be at work. We have the education and the skill set to do the work. So that takes a lot less time if we manage the human component and those traumas, psychological safety within the workplace. So I think she's bringing to light such a great avenue for us to be more productive and to affect the business bottom line in the workplace.